Oh, we're
back in the room. Back in the room.
I know. And,
so yeah, I noticed on TikTok, Martin, there's something that intrigued me about. You put on TikTok. You mentioned that someone's bought all your albums.
Yeah,
what's that all about?
It's weird. Well, if you listen to this and you don't know, I also do like ADHD albums, or at least come out of my ADHD brain, and make my ADHD brain really happy. So I kind of hope it makes other people's ADHD brains happy too. So I do all these albums and I shove them up on the interwebs, on the magic cloud, and I got a little bing on my phone. It was on Friday, I think it was, and it said, "Yeah, someone's just bought your albums," and I clicked on it, and it was like all of them. It was all of them. I think there's
your back catalogue, Martin West back catalogue.
Right, there is a back catalogue. I think there's about 9 albums and then another incidental music one. So it was like 9 things, and there is only one there that is actually you actually have to buy,
right?
And then all the others are free. They're just free, right? But if you want to pay, there is an option, so you can put in an amount, and he actually put in an amount for all of them. So it was like, so he paid full price for the album, and then he paid money for the free ones. And I was like, what? That's crazy.
That's great. That's brilliant.
The only other person who's done that is my own brother.
Right. Okay.
So I don't. So
he didn't buy them twice, did he?
No, under an assumed name. But no, he is awfully generous, and he buys all my albums, and he pays he digs into his pocket, so that's really sweet of him. But this guy, complete stranger,
right?
He lives in I forgot now. Where does he live? He lives in, I think he's in, I want to say he's in Brazil, but somewhere like that. But yeah, there we go.
Fabulous.
So that was I know. So with that little boost to the ego, welcome to ADHDville.
All the albums, paid for them all, paid for them all, paid for them all, paid for them all. Martin's back catalogue.
Ka-ching.
Ka-ching.
Ka-ching. Ka-ching. Ka-ching.
Hello, I'm Paul Thompson. Right. I was diagnosed with the combined ADHD and the D just 9 months ago.
And I'm Martin West, and I was diagnosed with ADHD 2013. There we go. Quite a ways ago in the distant past.
So anyway, we're two mates who, by coincidence, after 39, nearly 40 years actually of friendship, discovered we're co-ADHDers. Hurrah! No, it's really important to say this is an entertainment podcast about adult ADHD and does not substitute for individualized advice from qualified health professionals. No. So do not take any advice from us, especially me. We're just here as a kind of all-inclusive ADHD park bench with room for everyone, including your doppelgangers, your alter egos, your buddy doubles, and your chaperones, and even your best buddies.
I know. Yeah.
Still here. Great. So grab your jetpacks, your pedalos, your space hoppers, or any other transportation methods, and let us take you to AD that we've created in our minds. Where we like to explore different parts of the A, D, H, and the D.
Indeedy. And we start off,
Indeed.
as always, here in the town hall in the mayor's office, where we, the joint mayors of ADHD, take care of business. And this is going to be a good, bad, and downright ugly episode.
Right.
So let's
Just
So
delve.
so that's where we kind of talk about our ADHD lives.
We delve.
We catch up. We delve. So we should bring the car around the front, and then where are we gonna head off to?
I think we're
T?
going down to the beach, Martin. We're going down to the beach this
summer.
week. It's the summer.
Of course.
School's out for summer. Yeah. We're going to get our.
Well, let's.
I've already packed my budgie smugglers.
Yeah, I've got my speedos and flip flops. So let's
Nice.
let's find the car. Oh, there it is. Great. Come on over.
Oh,
Retail,
retail.
reverb tail.
it's almost too short, that bit. Could you repeat it? I was quite liking it.
All right.
I was
Okay.
quite into that.
All right, boys. From the top.
From the top. Oh,
Yeah.
oh yeah, lovely, lovely. Oh, that's good. Nice.
Yeah. So I think where do we start with the good? Who wants to go first?
You go first.
All right. I'd say my ADHD world. There's been some good stuff actually. So I'm going through. I'm attempting a thing that has only happened a few times in my entire life.
Oh wow,
And
what a setup!
Where I know, right?
Right.
Where every room in the house, is tidy.
Okay.
Every room is tidy. All at once.
Right.
And it only happens when I'm selling a house. You know, like when you have people
Right.
coming over to view the house and they go through all the rooms and it all looks perfect.
Yeah.
That's the only ever times that my house has ever been like.
Okay. Nice.
Because what tends to happen is I'll go, right, I've got to clear the house, and I'll start in one room, right, and I'll move on to the next, and it will take me like, I don't know, a week or two, right? Literally, like this is a deep clean. You're deep cleaning the carpets. You're like every single inch of it is getting washed, scrubbed, dusted, everything, right? And you're throwing stuff out left, right, and center. Love that. So it isn't just like tidying; it's like massive, deep clean. And you're doing a repair work along the way. So it's all. So that room looks gorgeous, right? Beautiful. Get the real estate photographers in because this room's done.
Instagram ready.
Yeah,
Instagram
absolutely.
ready.
And then
it's like
as you
being
go
beach
around
ready.
the house,
like being beach ready. You know, if
And
you've
as
done
you
your
go around the
bikini
house-
line, you know, you've had your back sack and crack done, you're beach ready. You've bought a nice new pair of Speedos.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what happens? What tends to happen is that once you've done that room, you go on to the rest of them. But by the time you've got to the last room, the first room's already like screwed up. It's already messed up.
You know.
You know.
Yeah.
And what I said to my mate the other day was like, is that you move all your stuff from one room to another, right?
Yeah.
And you go, oh, I'll just sort that out.
Right.
And then you go to that room and then you move all that stuff to a different room.
Right.
And then that stuff just moves around the house.
Yeah.
Until anyway, so I'm attempting to get the whole thing done.
Right.
And yep.
No, I was just going to say go on.
The news.
So my girlfriend, she's obsessively house. She's very tidy, obsessively. She says she's not.
Right.
In my world, she's obsessive, but she's probably not. She's probably just normal, maybe. But she has but she has a sister who is even more obsessively tidy. You go around, a thing out of place, not a thing, not like a things out, and just unbelievable. And I said to her, because we have a quite a good relationship, so I could, if she likes it, would I like provide. I reckon you've got like some kind of corner of your house that you keep dirty. It's like, tell
You're
me,
hoping.
I think everyone has to have like this, like, even if you're of like somewhere that is just, you don't tell anyone how dirty it is, and it's obscenely dirty. It could be like a little tiny angle in a cupboard, but it's there. She says, no, 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 no. Everything in my house is not a single thing. I said, what about your husband? He's a cattle farmer.
Okay.
When your husband Silvio, hello Silvio, when he comes home and he's like, especially in the winters, like covered in mud and stuff. For you, you're looking at him, it's like, oh, fantastic, like fetish, like something to clean. Yes, something really to clean, not just like moving a couple of specks of dust, from like how she usually organizes her house. No, something like real. And from a girlfriend, it's her thing is her car. It's her car. The house is spotless. Her car is unbelievable.
Right.
So that's my provocations. Even the tidiest people have a little secret place that they have to keep
All right.
untidy.
Ah.
Just leaving it there, putting it out there.
All right. All right.
All right. All right.
So yeah. Okay. Oh, you know what? I wonder if it's because like no one goes in the car. Like you might have people around in the house.
Yeah.
See,
Okay.
my car is yeah, it really needs to be cleaned. But I'm the only one in it. I'm the only one ever goes in it.
Right.
So I don't have to deal with someone else's judgment if they kind of look in my car, because
yeah.
yeah.
Is there a comfort in that? There is, because this for me, I like a bit of chaos.
No, I look at it and
No
kind of go,
comfort.
fuck, Jesus Christ. What am I? I look, like I think, Jesus, like if I'm parked up somewhere and someone walks past and looks in, it looks like that I live there.
Right.
I live there.
Yeah. I once saw a couple of weeks ago, I saw a guy at the supermarket. He parked up and like in a posh car as well. It was like a Mercedes. Literally, the shelf at the front of the car, behind the steering wheel. There's that shelf that normally everyone keeps clean. Piles of paperwork.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like curious, like, who is this guy? And I found out through a friend he's actually a commercialista. Is a people that do with he's an accountant. Apparently,
Okay.
he's an accountant. It's like, I don't want that accountant working for me. No.
Yeah, I've been in accountants' offices where there are piles of paper everywhere.
Right. That's worrying.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay. It is a little. So that's my good. I am.
So what is your house at this moment? Your house is spotless, every room.
No. I'm getting there. So
okay.
As kitchen, 1, 2 rooms. So I've done 3 rooms, 4 rooms. I'm doing this room that's behind me today. I've got to get that done today and tomorrow. And then I've worked on the master bedroom. Yeah, so I've got 2 rooms left.
Right.
And then it's going to be, can I actually manage to maintain it? So
that's the thing, isn't it?
The next thing. Can I keep it going? How long is that going to last?
For me, if I got to that point, it wouldn't feel like it was me. It wouldn't feel like it was my house anymore. But that's just
All
me.
right.
You know, I like a bit of. Well, you can probably tell from behind me. I like a lot of stuff, clutter. Someone would call it clutter.
Mm-hmm.
I like to call it organized mess.
Yeah.
I just like a lot of stuff around me. Eclectic
Yeah.
stuff. I couldn't ever do
Yeah.
minimalism.
I think I have this bizarre thought, which is, am I going to lie on my deathbed and kind of go, I never managed to get my house in a finished place or a
Yeah.
any kind of place. There was always some like, I never got round. I never actually managed to kind of sort everything out. I know that
Right.
that's a really bizarre thing
It's not actually
to like
because I
sit there wondering. Go on.
I had an argument with my girlfriend once because she's a bit more obsessive than I am, shall we say, and it can be a discussion with conflict. You know, not too much. You know, just a nice right amount of conflict. You know, discussion, heated debate, should we
Right.
call it, right? And I once said to her, "Well, you know, if you're on your deathbed, imagine your deathbed and your last kind of breath, your last, oh, at least my house was always tidy." And I said, "It's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. So why obsess
I
about
mean,
it so much?"
me,
Right?
yeah. Whereas me, where the house is always untidy, I'd be lying
Right.
on my deathbed going, "Oh, what? Couldn't I just get my crap together? Couldn't I just get my crap
Really?
together so my house was tidy?"
Yeah.
Yeah. So I totally get where she's coming from
Right.
because
Okay.
I actually do sit there and think on my
Right.
deathbed I'm going to be thinking about about my house and how tidy it is.
This mate.
Fucking crazy. Um. Oh, hang on. Yeah, it's you, right?
It's me. Hello.
What's your ADHD good thing?
It's good.
Good.
Turned into
Good.
bad, which I'll get onto a bit later.
Oh,
The
okay.
good bit, I've been in Palermo. I literally got back yesterday. Been in Palermo for a month. And
Wow.
the last time I was in Palermo, I lived in Palermo for 3 years, up until a year ago. The last time I was in Palermo, I didn't have an ADHD diagnosis. So now,
Oh, okay.
there's Paul. He goes back to Palermo, spends 4 weeks there, and he realizes it's not good for him. It is, but it isn't. It is because it's like Palermo is like full of stimulation. Everywhere you go, all your senses is like a sensory overload, right? It's like, I'll give you an example. I was a couple of days ago. I was in the bar restaurant district of Palermo. There's a little place called the Vulceria. I was sitting there and with some friends, really nice chat and eating really amazing food. You know, like a glass of wine, and then a group, kind of starts playing really cool music. There's like a DJ like mixing over the top of his. It was like improvising on electric guitar. Really cool vibes, everything. I was like, this is great. And then this, and play
Mm-hmm.
all of the time. But what's the problem with that is that it is amazing. I can't deal with it. It's just too. Imagine after 3 years, way too much, and it's like
Mm.
it's it is fabulous, and I adore tears. With emotions like positive emotions. I mean, you can see things or hear things or have a conversation with some be total joy. And that is great. So, and it was fabulous. But I'm glad to be back, to be honest. So yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Nice.
And the other kind of link to that actually is I was actually building. I do strangely, I got kind of tired working on a computer and the usual kind of stuff, and I was that kind of physical exertion, and I was offered this chance to help build a garden in Palermo, and I took it, and I worked like a dog, and I loved
Mm-hmm.
it. I really missed that kind of physical exertion. I built a little low wall, which I'd never built before.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was really cool, and I worked with this amazing guy called Silvio, who was a bit older than me, really fit, and an expert in building walls as well. And we ended up working really well together. We had such a laugh. A couple of occasions he took me to his takes his lunch with other builders from Palermo, all talking in dialect, which is complete. It sounds like Arabic. It doesn't sound a bit like Italian at all. And having a real laugh, it was
Mm-hmm.
brilliant. I absolutely adored it. So it's just like one example of how Palermo is just, on one hand, is just, I adore it and love it so much. And the other hand, it's like, it's just too much. It's just too much for me.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Too much.
So,
Too much.
but what came to mind to me about that is, did you find that because we've worked together in London, right? And you've worked in New
Yeah.
York. Did you find, like, as a
Yeah.
place for an ADHDer, is it good, New York, or is it just overstimulating? Or
Yeah. Working in New York. What is it like working in New York?
yeah,
It is like that. There is a constant buzz to the place. Like it is always on.
yeah,
So, which is, as you're saying, is quite an exciting place to be. You know, like literally, the crazy stuff goes on all the time. Like you can
yeah,
literally just stand in one place on a
yeah,
street corner, and you'll just see totally nuts stuff go
right,
on. Right
right.
in
Because
front of you.
no one ever said that New York was boring, right?
It's definitely not boring. But so yeah, you I liked being in that place, but yeah, it is quite exhausting. So when you kind of go home,
Exactly.
you kind of like, yeah, yeah. I think as you get older, it gets harder
Yeah,
to kind of be in those
right.
kinds
There
of
you go.
spaces.
Because I feel like, probably from what you're saying, New York is the same. It felt like to me that Palermo, you don't get to decide how much stimulation you get. It's like the city is for you,
Hmm.
and that is exhausting. It's like if you feel like you need some time out, you can't.
Yeah, I think most New Yorkers will have this thing where they get to a point, they go, I have to get out. I have to get out of here, right?
Yeah,
And they'll go somewhere upstate, who knows, wherever. They'll
yeah,
just get out of New York, and they'll be out for like, I don't know, a weekend maybe, or a week or whatever, and they'll spend the entire time kind of going, the pizza here is crap. And
yeah.
like they'll say, I went into to do some shopping, and random
Mm,
people are saying hi to me,
yeah,
and that's
yeah,
weird. And why are they
yeah,
saying hello? Why
yeah,
are people being nice?
yeah,
I don't like it. And then
yeah.
they'll get
Right.
back on in their car, drive back to New York, and go, oh, thank God I'm back here again. Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
oh, New
But
York.
until you
Oh,
get
thank God I'm
older,
here.
maybe like you were saying, until you get older, anything.
Yeah, and then you're kind of
Oh,
going, I want some space.
yeah,
I want a garden and a backyard,
yeah.
and I want to sit out and have a coffee and look at trees.
Flowers,
Pretty flowers. That's what I
flowers.
want, ain't it, governor?
Grass. That feel of like I like you
mhm.
know those simple things like barefoot. You know, you don't get that. You don't get that in London, New York, I suspect, or London. Yeah, but it's the same in London, isn't it? It's the same. We did that as well. And there's a lot more people like trying
Uh,
to escape it, more and more trying to escape the cities. Like, no, bugger this. I'm getting
yeah,
out,
getting out, governor.
shipping,
All right,
shipping out, whatever that
all right.
means.
Let's shift to the bad. But in
Yes.
order to do that, we need your cowbell of change.
Oh shit!
Remember that?
I took it to Palermo and I left it there.
Ah, yeah. What?
Yes.
That's like that's like the thing.
Yeah. I took the bell to Palermo and left it there.
Okay, why?
Oh
Who
no!
who who
Because
takes a
because
cowbell? I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a cowbell with me. More
yeah.
cowbell, you thought?
Well, it's more than a cowboy. It's got a beer opener on the other end. It's a combined
Oh, come
cowbell.
on.
It's a classic. Yeah. It's a combined cowbell and beer opener, beer bottle opener.
And you thought, you know what? I'm going to get to Palermo and there's going to be no beer openers. And I'm going to be screwed.
Exactly.
So I'm going to take it.
But I did buy it in.
All right. All right. So
And
we
it
have
was
no
used.
cow.
It was used in Palermo before I came here. It was used as like a beer o'clock kind of sounding device.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So when I
All right.
went back
So
to
it's
Palermo, it
kind
was
of,
like
so
it
it's,
was ready.
all right. So it's gone back to its spiritual home.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But I forgot it. I
All right.
nearly brought it back with me, and I decided. I actually made a decision to leave it there. Anyway, uh, all that means is I have to do it. I have to go ding, ding, ding. Is that good enough? Is that all right?
All
Ding,
right.
ding.
It will
Which it
do
will
for now.
do. I'll find another bell. Okay,
Yeah.
before
Yeah.
the next
Yeah.
before the next
Find
good,
another.
bad, and the ugly says another bell.
Great.
Hell's
All right. Yeah. All right.
okay.
So bad.
Bad.
What has been bad? ADHD bad. Oh boy. You know what? It's actually been mostly good of
That's
late.
fantastic.
It's like, yeah, yeah, it has been. Although like if, yeah, I'm sure after I could come off of this, I'll be like, oh god, yeah, no, that was what am I doing? Um, you know what? The heat, right? I've been really bad about registering that it's effing hot out there.
Okay.
So I've
Yes.
not been drinking enough water for
Hmm.
one. I've been saying to myself, yeah, I'll mow the lawn. And it's like 200 degrees out there, and animals and wildlife are just bursting into flames
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
spontaneously. And I'll just say, yeah, I'll just go and do that thing, and then wonder why I'm expiring.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
I felt yeah, I had that in Palermo as well. My problem is during the summer I like a cold beer, and so yeah, guess what? Cold beer is just not only bad because it's got alcohol, bad for hydration. It's also basically liquid carbohydrates, so it's bad for my stomach as well. Which is even if I was building for a month, I did lose a bit of weight. I lost about 3 or 4 kilos
All right.
building. Yeah, which is good. Which was
Mm.
good. But I did find out that actually this building at like 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon, you're absolute. And the first thing that comes to mind is like in your body as fast as you can possibly get them in there. So
Hmm.
there was like a push pull, between losing weight and putting it on again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So it's nothing
I've lost.
bad for you at all.
Well, I mean, yeah, there was that bad. Um, went down to oh, you know what I did do? I went to see the Foo Fighters last night.
Uh-huh.
Um, and that's just a good thing. But
That's
I just remembered it.
oh, okay.
um,
Okay. Right.
so
Come on, Martin.
I went
Concentrate.
with
Bad. You're supposed to be thinking about bad
yes. There
stuff.
we go.
Usually, it's supposed to be really easy. It's supposed to be easy to think of bad stuff. No, that's on the other. It's quite
I
actually
know.
to think of anything bad. That's good. I like that behaviour.
Yeah, yeah. Although although perhaps it's just because it just shows lack of preparedness. I think,
Oh, okay. Right.
which is also bad. There we go.
There you go. That's
That
the
was
nearest thing
that was
you'll get to.
that.
That's the nearest thing we're going to get from bad. Just not being prepared for thinking about something.
Yeah, yeah. How about you? How about you? What
I
was your
had a
ADHD
bad,
bad?
and the bad was again linked to Palermo. The people that I was doing the work for, not very nice people, as it turns out. And I
Oh,
ended up, I was breaking my ass. I was like a dog, day in, day out. And at one point, I said, "Look, I can't work with you anymore. I'm sorry. I'm out of here." And I shipped on out and stayed with another friend of mine in Palermo. Um, and I only and they about 2 days later they asked me to go back, and I said okay, but I want you to because I was actually working for money some of it. And I said, look, before I come back, I want. Otherwise, I'm not coming back. And the only reason I went back to work for it because actually, out of personal pride in just finishing what I'd started,
mm-hmm.
of kind of put it into context of ADHD, I realized that I wasn't doing it because I was people pleasing. I'd like given that up. It's just trying to please them and like thinking, oh, feeling guilty whatsoever that I like abandoned the project. But it was a bad time. It was a really bad time. And I was really, really, really angry about it, to be honest. But it didn't spoil the
All
time
right.
I had there. It didn't spoil it. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, as I say, this is the first time back to post diagnosis for ADHD, and just having that like keeping in mind the people pleasing bit, the keeping it under control. Yeah, that was it really. But yeah, I worked dog, and actually, as I said before, I did really enjoy that exertion.
Right.
So yeah, that was my
Nice.
bad. That was my
All right.
bad. Yeah,
All right. Cool. All right. All right. We'll move on silently to
silently.
ugly. Um. Yeah. As I said, because if you haven't had a bad, then they haven't really had an ugly particularly. So yeah,
Right.
I think
Yeah, I don't think.
it has been an ADHD ugly free week.
Yeah, yeah.
Kaboom! Kapow!
Kaboom! Kapow! Fantastic. Yeah, I haven't got
Yeah.
anything ugly. I mean that bad thing did turn ugly. It did got was said
Right.
at high. A bit of a cultural
Mm,
blown
boy.
argument. That you generally in the north. In fact, if on a serious note, if you had the same argument in the north, you probably wouldn't be friends with them ever again. And just like I'm out of here and never want to hear from you or see you again. In Palermo, it's just completely normal. It's like okay, after a
Right.
couple of hours, it's forgotten, which actually is a nice part of it, but it's and yet not. You know,
That sounds really stressful.
yeah, it is. It is.
how is your rapid swearing in Italian,
Oh,
or
you're right.
do you end up having to revert to English? I don't know.
It depends. If it's angry, if it's just angry, I can still swear and make myself reasonably. I can articulate myself pretty well in Italian. If I'm like blowing off steam, if
Yeah,
I'm like really losing my shit, it just
yeah,
sounds really weird Italian. It comes out as English.
right. Because
Yeah,
I'm thinking it's hard to. Well, I think it's because in my head you're having to think of the words
yeah,
more in Italian than you do in English. So
yeah,
if you lose your shit as you say, that cognitive part has gone. So
yeah,
your access to the Italian
yeah,
libraries kind
yeah.
of
Right.
gone, and you're
Yeah,
and
because you haven't
you're
got
back to the
time to make the filter work anymore. It just like it comes from your gut and straight out of your mouth.
right.
Yeah,
And you have an English
um,
gut, Paul. An
I
English
do.
gut.
It's an English gut, but I do think in Italian now. I know you might be just slightly concerned about that, but I do think in Italian mostly.
Yeah, no, that's cool.
Yeah, after 20
Yeah.
years. So yeah. But luckily, I mean, it turned out okay in the end. Even if I had to, I had to use a lot of patience because she didn't get any at all, and I just had to you know, help the situation along, kicking and screaming as
Hmm.
much as I could, being really, 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 really patient, and just get out, basically.
Right.
Paid.
And I was gonna say, did you get paid?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I was literally
All
there
right.
yesterday morning.
All right.
Still there yesterday morning, and like quite relieved. It felt like getting out of prison a little bit. Anyway,
Right. Do they do they tip?
No, Italian generally, not even in restaurants.
All right.
It's just different.
It's not a thing.
Generally,
Yeah.
yeah, generally, if you pay a price, it's the price on the menu or whatever price you agreed. That is already everything is already included. Yeah,
Right. Because if I had a bunch of guys coming around doing a small wall,
yeah.
or for you, it's just a normal height wall, but because you're quite short. Um, I had to get that in there.
Yeah, right.
Squeeze that
Squeeze it.
joke in. Um, yeah, I would be expected to, like, I would provide drinks so that there'd be
Right.
water. Like I'd
Yeah.
make sure that everyone was like fine,
Uh,
and then
but
I,
that was part of my agreement. I was paid a certain amount,
right,
right? But I
and
also said that I wanted the fridge should be kept pretty healthily full
all right.
whilst I'm working.
All right. Yeah. So, yeah, and then I would probably pay about 20% above. So
Okay.
if it was like if it was 1,000, I would give like
Yeah.
200 extra
Yeah.
on
But
top of
see,
that.
there's a huge culture difference, and it's something I
Mm,
love Italy.
yeah.
I love Italy so much. But there's one really crap part of Italy is everyone tries to. When it comes to money, it's really bad, and people, even as my job as a graphic designer, my normal job, they will try, after the job is finished, they'll try and pretend that they weren't 100% happy with their job, not just because they weren't happy with it, just because they want to pay less. And it's just a
Yeah.
game everyone plays here, and it's
Hmm.
shit. It's shit. And I've
Yeah.
called out people. I've called out Italians on it on a couple of occasions.
You're shit in
I've said,
in Italian.
yeah, I've said to them, look, I'm not Italian. I don't play that game. Literally
Right.
said those words.
Right.
Right.
I'm
so,
a poor
yeah.
peasant. I'm a poor peasant from
But
the
just
fields.
that,
You need to
there's
pay
that
me.
dishonesty when it really dishonest. Sorry, Italians, but you are. And just
don't
for them,
worry.
it's a game.
Right. Yeah. All right. All right. So I think we've kind of got through that. So I think, and unless you've got anything else, we can jump back in the car.
Yeah.
No, don't
No,
get
yes.
back in the car.
Yes. No, do.
Cool. All right. So let's head to the post officeolio. Yes, let's go there now. Why not? Who cares? Let's go. Fuck it. Yeah, we're back in this dingy ass post office. I never liked being in the post office. It's always like weird.
Yeah, there was a strange smell.
Yeah, it's like, yeah. Post offices are not. I mean, they're federal, they're government institutions, right? So there's no money for soft furnishings.
No.
For nice coloured paintwork. Yeah. So this is the point where you go on and say.
I go on and say, I do, don't I? I say that your feedback is vital to us, and we read we read all of your comments, and we might read yours out on a future podcast.
Right.
Yes.
And we have had some nice comments, but can I find them when I need them? No, I can't.
Well, I don't know about you, Martin, but it's really hot here in Italy at the moment, and my brain is not functioning as it should. It feels like, my
I will say, because I don't know whether you're aware of this, but your mic's been cutting in and out here and there. So there might be some so I might have to go over and then just add in some words.
Really?
In your blank spaces. Yeah. Yeah. But that could be quite funny.
That could. Depends. Depends on the words.
It could be me trying to work out what you were saying, and then I'll just kind of say it over the top. And then I'll preface it up the front of this podcast and say, yeah, Paul's mic was a bit dodge in places, so I've just overdubbed him. I don't know.
Okay. Or just say rhubarb.
Yeah. Although I think I might just put words in your mouth. So hopefully by the time, if you've listened to this podcast and you've got to this point, let us know in the comments whether it was that was good.
Is it really? It'd be cutting out. The mic's been cutting out.
Yeah, just kind of here and there.
Oh, okay.
And then as it was happening, I was thinking, oh yeah, I could just drop in here, just overdub me saying your words in an Italian accent, in a stupid Italian accent. It'd be great.
Okay,
it'd be good.
All right, let's see how that comes out. See what happens.
So yeah,
all right.
Yeah. Let us know in the comments what you thought of that. All right, so that just leaves me good Lord, I've got off the tab. There we go. I've got to find the outro button. There we go. Click that. There we go. All right, we're off. All right, so ADHDville is delivered fresh every Tuesday to all purveyors of fine podcasts. Please subscribe to the pod and rate us most patchy. And feel free to correspond in our comments. But wait, there's more. If you
Wait.
wish to see our
More. Roger Moore.
beautiful faces,
Hello.
sally forth to the tubes.
Or Sally Fields.
Indeed. And you can also
Yes.
pick up a quill and email us at ADHDville@gmail.com. That's it. Visit us on YouTube, Couple of Friends Facebook, Instagram, who knows why. But TikTok, come on, TikTok. That's where the gold is. That's where the gold is. But in the meantime, be fucking kind to yourself.
Is know thyself, sons of the house, come hither and get the flesh.
There, says the mayor. That's that.